Hey fight fans, welcome to MMA Daily, your go-to source for the latest news, fight analyses, and exclusive interviews in mixed martial arts. Hit subscribe and join us as we step into the cage together. Starting off, Ilia Topuria should be 2024 Fighter of the Year, says former UFC veteran Matt Brown. Moving on, Jon Jones extends his thanks after plea deal reached in Albuquerque assault case. Lastly, Darren Till goes on wild tirade over Jon Jones versus Francis Ngannou not being booked. Former UFC veteran Matt Brown believes Ilia Topuria should be a lock for the 2024 Fighter of the Year. Topuria has certainly made a strong case for himself. Ilia knocked out Alexander Volkanovski and Max Holloway. Ilia actually became the first fighter to score a KO win over Max Holloway. Matt Brown told Damon Martin that he believes the quality of Ilia Topuria's opponents puts him over the top as the 2024 Fighter of the Year. Alex didn't knock out 3 pound-for-pound greats. Ilia knocked out 2 pound-for-pound greats. As great as those guys were that Alex fought, they weren't Holloway or Volkanovski. I don't think anybody expected anybody on this planet to do what Ilia did. If Max and Volk had fought 170-pounder guys, I don't think they would expected for both of them to get knocked out. As impressive as Alex was, this is one of those where it's too bad we can't have 2 Fighter of the Year awards because they both deserve it. You don't want to take a damn thing away from Alex. Ilia is likely headed for a rematch with Alexander Volkanovski. The two exchange pleasantries inside the octagon following UFC 308. Another possible option if Volkanovski can't get the next featherweight title fight is Diego Lopes. We'll see what the UFC brass ultimately decides for the next 145-pound title fight. UFC heavyweight champion Jon Jones and his legal team have reached a resolution in his assault case in Albuquerque involving 2 drug-free sport testers at his home. Jones, who faces Stipe Miocic in the UFC 309 main event on November 16th, was supposed to appear in court on Tuesday before his attorneys announced a plea deal had been reached. All charges against Jones, including assault and interference with communication, will be dismissed as long as Jones completes an anger management course. Jones pleaded not guilty to the charges in July after calling the allegations baseless in social media posts. He was accused of assaulting a female tester and stealing her cell phone during a routine drug-free sport test earlier this year. According to the accuser, Jones became frustrated during the interaction and threatened the 2 testers. He later called them unprofessional in the days after the incident. Jones's plea deal is conditioned on him following all laws and completing anger management classes in the next 90 days. In a recent tweet, Jones made his first public remarks after the plea deal was reached. "I would like to extend my thanks to the justice system for reaching a prompt resolution in this matter, which affirms my innocence and enables me to maintain my focus on the upcoming fight. I am eagerly anticipating the opportunity to defend my heavyweight title on November 16th at Madison Square Garden." The plea deal is a welcome piece of positive legal news for Jones. Throughout his UFC career, he's found himself in trouble on numerous occasions outside of the octagon. Jones was charged with domestic violence in September 2021 stemming from an incident at a Las Vegas resort involving his fiancée. The charges, including tampering with a police vehicle, were later dropped in court. Darren Till is not happy that Jon Jones versus Francis Ngannou hasn't materialized. A showdown between Jon Jones and Francis Ngannou has been discussed for years. The best chance of that happening was under the UFC banner when Ngannou was the heavyweight champion. Ngannou and the UFC parted ways after failing to come to terms on a new deal. Ngannou has since moved on to have 2 lucrative boxing matches, and he competes in PFL MMA. This makes Jones versus Ngannou a pipe dream at this stage. Appearing on the Ariel Helwani show, Darren Till went into a tirade about the fact that Jon Jones versus Francis Ngannou hasn't come to fruition. "As much as I love Dana White, there's one thing that just me off. Just make the with Francis Ngannou and Jon Jones. We don't care that you don't like Francis and Francis doesn't like you. Let's just watch Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall, Francis Ngannou versus Jon Jones, and let them all fight, and we'll say, right, he's the best right now. We don't care that, ooh, he said something mean to me once. I don't care. Why do you care? UFC has always been the best because they make the best fights." Thanks for tuning in to MMA Daily. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more daily MMA content. Until next time, keep fighting the good fight.